Welcome back to my top 5 hormone hacks for happy hormones and stubborn weight loss. I really want to dive into tip number 4 a little bit more because I want to illustrate to you guys just how important muscle mass is when it comes to insulin and glucose, which are two really important factors when it comes to hormones. Insulin is a hormone, so what actually happens and why am I saying please pack on the muscle mass? Let's dive into it. All right, so starting at the top, we have food here. This is not meant to demonize carbs or apples. It's just a simple food that I could draw. So let's continue. We have food, it goes into our digestive tract, it gets broken down like it's supposed to, and then it releases glucose into the bloodstream. This is the bloodstream, all pink, blood glucose. It raises the glucose levels into the bloodstream. This is normal. Insulin comes in from the pancreas, and the pancreas is like, hey, we have too much glucose going on in the blood. We need insulin to lower that. So the pancreas secretes insulin into the bloodstream. That's all these little purple dots. Now, muscle mass comes into play here because insulin is the gatekeeper to muscle cells and other cells in the body to have them uptake the glucose to be able to use it for energy. So insulin is then released and it is the gatekeeper to muscle cells, and it opens up a little gate here for the glucose to then trickle on into the muscle cell and stay there and be used as energy. This is what we want. Muscle is one of the most metabolically expensive tissues and one of the best places for glucose uptake. So this is why I stress have more muscle mass. The problem is when we don't have enough muscle mass, there's not enough cells for glucose to go into. It keeps raising and raising and raising into the bloodstream. So now we have increased blood glucose, we have increased insulin trying to take care of that blood glucose, and all the receptors get a little numb and they don't let anybody in. So now we just have insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. The more muscle mass we have, the more places we have to store and utilize glucose, which is why it's so important for metabolic health to have muscle mass, not only for strength and independence, but for carrying this blood glucose and keeping our insulin resistance at bay.